Whether you're watching people leaving your organization or just hearing about it at others, the Great Resignation has happened. According to the US Bureau of Labor Statistics, between March and July of 2021, nearly 15.5 million people quit their jobs. And according to Microsoft Work Trends report, 41% of employees are considering leaving their employer this year. If organizations want to retain their current workforce or replace those who've already left, it's important to understand why people may be leaving in the first place. Hi, I'm Chris Littlefield. I'm the founder of Beyond Thank You and the author of the book, 75 Team Building Activities for Remote Teams, Simple Ways to Build Trust, Strengthen Communication, and Laugh Together from Afar. And I spend my time training leaders and organizations to better understand what really matters to the people so they can nurture cultures where people feel valued and appreciated every day. Now, what most people don't realize is that the Great Resignation is just the outcome of what I would call the Great Reevaluation. Think about it for a minute. Over this last 18 months, everyone in some form or another has faced loss, whether it's the actual loss of a loved one, the ongoing fear of losing somebody important to us in our lives, or the fear of losing our own life. I always remember a woman in one of the workshops I ran and spoke up and said, one thing I don't think we're talking about is the fact that for a long time, every time I go outside the door, I worry about getting sick and that fear that I could get sick and potentially die, like one of these stories we're seeing on the news. And of course, that's had an emotional toll, all that uncertainty that we're facing. But beyond the emotional toll it has on people, nothing has us reevaluate what's important in life faster than when we face losing it. When we're reminded that our days are numbered, either our own days or our time with others in our life, we tend to reevaluate things. Evaluate that if I died tomorrow or lost someone tomorrow, would it really be worth the long days at a job that I really don't enjoy? Is it worth being away from my family? Is it worth not being there when my kids get home from school? Is it worth working for an organization that doesn't inspire me? Is the commute to work really worth my time? Is it worth putting up with a boss or coworker that is miserable to work with? And is it worth sacrificing my mental and physical health for the job that I'm currently in? So who are the people that are asking themselves these questions? Probably a lot more people than you think within your organization. Over the last couple of weeks, I can't even count the number of conversations I've had that started out saying, well, and to be honest, I'm actually considering leaving my organization as well. You know what? I've been seeing a lot of people leaving. I don't know if I really love this anymore. I don't know if I see a future for me, or a lot of the things that I used to love about this job aren't happening anymore. So I don't really feel fulfilled in my work. Or, you know what? They're talking about the CEO just announced that everyone's gonna have to return to the office at some point in time. And I don't want to do that. And so this is not just those people who look disengaged in meetings or their performance may have started to slip, but this may be some of those top performers and those key people on your teams. So what can we do to make sure that we don't lose all these key people to the Great Resignation? One, we need to understand that everyone's going through the Great Reevaluation right now. And because that's happening right now, it's more important than ever for us to do what we should have been doing from the start, which is taking time to actually check in and see how our people are doing right now and how they're feeling about their future within their company. And I'm not talking about asking a question as part of one of your other meetings. I'm talking about scheduling a specific time in the next couple of weeks. Maybe next Thursday at 4 p.m., I want to make sure that we have a one-on-one just to check in about how you're feeling about work right now, how you're feeling about your future here, and what we can do to make sure that you know this is the right place for you. Right? And ask them to think about that prior to the meeting about, hey, what are you most excited about? How do you want to grow? How do you want to develop? What things do you miss most about what work was like prior to the pandemic? And what are you most excited about in the future? And what do you need from me, the organization, and the team to know that you'll be able to thrive and grow here? And before you finish your meeting, make sure you schedule another one for 5 to 6 weeks out. And if you're thinking, I don't have time to have all these meetings, the truth is you don't have time not to. Because if this person leaves and it could have been avoided by having a conversation, which is often the case, then think about how much time you save by investing the time up front to build and maintain the relationship and establish that emotional safety and show that person that you care. Because when people don't feel cared about, when they don't feel like they're getting the time to talk with their manager, then they're not going to stick around. One of those people that I was talking about earlier that said they were considering leaving the organization, one of the number one things they shared, he goes, I used to have a manager who used to check in all the time, and my current manager, we just don't do that. And that's one of the reasons why I'm thinking about leaving. So if you think it's not important, it is. So have those conversations, check in with those people. If you're in HR, share this video with the leaders in your organizations. If you're a senior manager, share it out with all your direct reports and ask them to have those one-on-one conversations and report back what they're learning. So you as a team, as an organization, can adapt, can adjust, and ensure that you are creating a workplace that people see that they can grow in, that they feel safe to speak up in, and that they know they want to be part of in the years ahead. And that is how you will avoid the Great Resignation. I'm Chris Littlefield from Beyond Thank You. Please reach out if you have any questions. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay connected.